Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. Today is Friday, December the 3rd, 2010, and like we do every night, it's time to look at the markets. So check it out. Okay, we've got a mixed bag here, so let's have a look at this. We'll start off with the Hang Seng Index. If you're looking at what's going on over there in in Asia, this is the market that I watch. And what we have here, today's activity is a bearish engulfing candlestick formation, which is a sell signal, remains in the downtrend mode here. You notice you got a series of lower highs, high point here, lower high, finding resistance at the middle Bollinger Band line right here, okay, and closing below the 50-day moving average or 50-period moving average. These are all bearish signs here, okay? Now, this sell-off that you saw here could have been a preemptive move, anticipating negative news out of the U.S. today. We expected the markets to sell off on the negative news about the um, unemployment side, but in fact, that news wasn't negative enough to turn the U.S. to the downside. So they may, shake this off come their next trading session. To keep an eye on it. But for now, she remains in a downtrend, and that's important to note. Okay, quick look here at the FTSE chart. You can see that you had a bullish engulfing signal here, which turned the trend from the downtrend to the uptrend. You started moving in that direction as soon as the U.S. came out and basically volunteered capital to the IMF to help backstop the credit crisis over there in Europe. You did see some weakness today. It's not shown on this chart just yet. It's not updated yet, but you did see some weakness, but nothing to reverse the trend. So, in fact, you're still in that short-term uptrend here. You do have a midterm issue to deal with. You've got that credit crisis in Europe. They've tried to put those flames out several times in the past, and it keeps flaring back up. But until that flares back up, you're likely to continue to see a move to the upside here. So I would keep looking for that and keep trading that, but I keep a tight stop on the any long position I had. All right, a quick look here at the NASDAQ here in the U.S. You'll notice you are flirting with the highs over here. Let me get the tools out. All right, you've got this high of 25.92 right there, and now you close at 25.91. So you're flirting with that high, likely to break through it unless some problem comes out of Europe over the weekend or some war or something like that. You still have room to move to the upside here. Note this. The slow start here has not quite moved all the way above the 80 line. Both lines, both averages have to be above that line before that actually happens. So you could still see more moves to the upside. That would give you a higher high. That would give more people reason to believe that this is a great big bullish market. Personally, I do not fall for that whole, this is a brand new bull market. Also, I've already explained that. You've got tons of telltale signs right here telling you this whole thing is going to get wiped out. This tells me to keep my eyes keen on what's going on in Europe over there. I believe that's going to flare up again and going to continue to plague the global markets, and so that's going to keep bringing us down. But as long as they've got it shelved for the moment, you can trade the uptrend. Okay, we've got videos on our website and our watch list that show you opportunities to trade to the long side, and we also have them in our video alerts. We give them every single night, and we have more coming out this weekend, so check that out. We can show you how to different opportunities that are out there on the long side. You'll also notice that this candlestick formation, today's candlestick formation, is bullish. There's nothing, there's no weakness in that whatsoever. So I keep looking for this to keep pushing to the upside very short term. Quick look here at oil. You'll notice we had a short on this guy back here on this up day, and then we told you to keep a real tight stop about 2 days later right in this area. You got stopped out on the bullish engulfing signal that turned around right here as she shot back up with the world markets as that news that came out of the U.S. that they would help, bail out these European Union issues over there. So that's what's driving this market right now. Okay, you have got a higher high, 1147 versus 1142. That's same thing you see here on the oil charts. What you expect to see on the other charts, unless some news comes up or vice versa. This market's going to keep pressing higher, and that's an opportunity to trade to the long side very short term. Okay, so scalping, that kind of thing makes sense to me. I would keep using that. Okay, here we are looking at the Russell 2000 small cap index. Again, note the candlestick formations here is a continuation signal to the upside. You are above the 80 line here, but doesn't have to reverse course as soon as it gets up there. Never does. And you are making higher highs. That's going to drive people from this. You got 738 to 756. That's going to get people really feeling really bullish. So expect that to continue to push to the upside, and as long as the problems in Europe remain contained, that will be allowed. But as soon as they flare back up, this whole thing you'd be watching for that reversal. All right, that's what we're watching for right now. Especially once you get above the 80 line of the slow stop, you start expecting that. Another thing to note here: high point here and high point here. All right, they're justifying this move here. Okay, so I'd expect us to keep pressing higher. That makes sense to me. Until we get, like I said, that news out of Europe. I cannot stress that enough. That is what has caused this global markets, including the U.S., havoc. That's what's been the driving force behind almost every one of our sell-offs since the prior to the flash crash. So it's really important to note that. Quick look here at the S&P 500 large cap index. You'll notice you've testing the old highs. You've got 1227 here and 1224 here, and you've got more room to move to the upside before both averages have crossed the 80 line on a slow stop. So I would expect this to break out to new highs. Okay. As we've said in the past and continue to repeat, whenever you're analyzing U.S. markets, double check it against the VIX. We're calling for short-term continuation to move higher in the overall U.S. markets, and you'll notice the VIX is calling for more selling here. You've not gone low enough to get down below the 20 line, so I would expect more move to the downside. If we check the candlestick formation, again, this is a continuation signal to the downside, not a hammer reversal signal like we need here. All right, so without that happening, we expect to keep selling off and therefore confirming our call to short-term continue to move higher in the U.S. markets. If you've not been to our free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Remind you that we will have another watch list alert on our website this weekend, as well as another video alert on our website. So check that out if you enjoy it. Quick look at our a quick look at our disclaimer. The disclaimer, read it and weep. God bless, take care, and I will see you in the next video. Enjoy your weekend.